Thanks for tuning in. This video is about everybody's favorite thing, taxes. Americans just love taxes. I'm joking, they don't like taxes. After watching this video, you should be able to explain why the British taxed the American colonists, and you should be able to identify the Sugar Act and maybe start to think about some of the reasons why the colonists were frustrated with such a thing. So first you should know some context. The French and Indian War was really expensive because there were all of these British soldiers that were stationed in the American colonies, and the British government started thinking that if all of these British troops were stationed in America to defend the colonies, then maybe the colonies should pick up part of the check. So in 1764, Parliament passed the Sugar Act. That wasn't really in response to the expense of the French and Indian War. This was almost more in a response to the fact that colonists were becoming more interested in self-rule. So the Sugar Act, which wasn't very sweet, really went after molasses smugglers. The Sugar Act wasn't meant to make that much money back for the crown, but it was meant to curb some of the smuggling practices that were relatively common in the colonies. I mean, as a matter of fact, the Sugar Act actually lowered the price of molasses coming in from the West Indies. What made the colonists mad was that the taxes were actually enforced. And if someone broke the law, then the accused would have to go to a trial before a judge without a jury. And it was really how the Sugar Act was enforced that caused the colonists to get all worked up. So we see this is pushing against this kind of colonial notion that they were kind of developing this more independent identity from Britain. Well, that's the Sugar Act and why the English were taxing the colonists. So this situation isn't going to get any better for the English or the colonists anytime soon. Well, it will after a war. Thanks for watching. Here's a joke. What do you call a droid that takes the long way to get everywhere? R2 detour.